Hello and welcome to Audiobook Connection, behind the scenes with the creative teams. I'm Becky Parker Geist and I'm your host. Audiobook Connection is your place to learn about the audiobook creative process and for authors to learn valuable tips on producing and marketing your audiobooks. This podcast is sponsored by Pro Audio Voices, helping great stories come alive through audiobook production and marketing. Thanks for joining me today. In this episode, we're going to focus on the marketing journey in a broader sense, but really the foundation of your marketing journey. And whether you are focused on marketing your audiobook, your print book, yourself as an author, my hope is that this episode will be one that you may return to again and again along the way, because it is my intention that this will be a valuable touchstone, a valuable resource for you in your marketing journey in general. Whether you are at the very beginning of figuring out what you're going to do about marketing, or whether you're well along your way and are just looking for some additional inspiration, I think that marketing is always going to start with you and your why. Start with the question, who am I? When I ask you, who are you, I'm not asking you like what your profession is or what your roles are in your life, but I'm really asking you to dig deep into who you consider yourself to be and what your special gifts are that you want to share with the world. One way to dig a little deeper into that is if I were to ask you, what would you like? And then as you start to pull forward those ideas to draw out what it is that you would like as an experience in your life, that deeper question of, and what will having that do for you? As you move into that, answering that question, that will give you even more insight for yourself into what it is that is on a deeper level that you would like to experience. And when you get to that level, ask that question again, and what will having that do for you? As you move down the different levels of depth in terms of what it is that you would like, you'll have a clearer understanding of what it is that's important to you. And that is the foundation on which we want to build. The next question I would ask is, why did you write this book? And why did you create the audiobook? One of the answers I hear most frequently to that question is, I want to get it out to more people. I want more people to buy my book or listen to the audiobook. I want to reach more people, is a very typical response that I hear to that question. That might be your answer as well, or you might have a different answer. But you need to know why you are writing the books that you're writing. And then ask yourself, why does it matter? Why does your book, your audiobook, why do they matter? Why is it important for them to be out there in the world? And who is it for? Who are they for? Who is your book written for? Who is your audiobook created for? And we're going to dig a little deeper into that, but another way to ask that same question would be, who will be most helped or benefited by having the experience of reading your book or listening to your audiobook? And as you start to formulate an idea of who are those people that are going to be most benefited, think about, who do you know that fits in that group? Who's part of that group that you know? When you can identify one or more people that fit within that group, that can be really helpful, because I want you to think about those people Who are they? What do you know about them? What demographical information do you know about them? And where do they spend their time? Are they on social media? Are they hanging out at events? Are they at the beach? Where are they? Do they go to events like book launches? Are they part of some groups that are related to the kind of content that you have? If they're hanging out on social media, which platforms do they prefer? What kinds of content do they like to partake? In other words, do they like watching videos? Do they like reading blogs? What do they like to take in? Once you start to formulate this picture of your audience, the people that are going to be most benefited by the content that you're creating, now I want you to come back again to your why. Now I ask, why do you want to help those particular folks, those people? Is there some way that you want to create change for them? If so, why is that important to you? Why is it important to them? And as you start to get a feel for these questions or the answers around why it's important, then you can ask yourself, what other kinds of content would be helpful to them that you might be able to provide? Are there tips that you can share? Little bits of wisdom? Would they benefit from having more of a relationship with you, which might suggest videos or webinars, possibly your blog? Are you wanting to provide some inspiration? Would that be of a special value to them? Would you like to provide some kind of content that will give them more hope? Ways to heal? A good laugh? An escape from the stresses of the rest of their life? Would you like to tickle their imagination? Would you like to stimulate their romantic life? What are the kinds of content you can provide and would like to provide, would enjoy providing because it matters to you, that you could then share with your audience? All of these questions are designed to bring you home to yourself, to really connect with your why, because I can tell you from personal experience, when you really connect with your why, when you know that you're on purpose in your life, it is inspiring. You will feel inspired to take actions. And as you're going through the list of questions to ask yourself, or possibly to ask your audience for some of these questions, you are certain to feel inspired to take action. And you'll recognize that you have really connected when that is your experience. If you're answering these questions and you're just thinking about how marketing is a pain, or you don't want to do it and you feel resistant, if those are the feelings that you're having as you're asking these questions, I'm going to suggest that you set aside all of that resistance. Just forget about marketing. Don't even go there in your mind, and just let yourself dive deep into what it is that you desire and why you desire that, and how your work in the world, your gifts in the world, can be beneficial to others. And I guarantee you that you will find the place when you really connect with yourself about your why. You'll find that you are inspired to take different kinds of actions. That inspiration is what will drive your most effective marketing. Because marketing really is just about helping the people that are in alignment with you to find you, for you to find each other, and to then move forward and to make this world a better place through that relationship, through the sharing of ideas, the sharing of inspiration, the laughs. This is what life is all about. And marketing is really just ideally a word that we use to express this desire and the actions that follow, to make these connections that are mutually valuable and life-giving. I hope this has been helpful, and I would love to hear back from you if you have experienced any kind of aha moment for your own why and your own marketing journey. You can email me at AC, that's AC for Audiobook Connection, at proaudiovoices.com. Thanks so much for being with me today. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining us for Audiobook Connection, behind the scenes with the creative teams. Please take a moment to subscribe at audiobookconnection.com. The podcast is sponsored by Pro Audio Voices, helping great stories come alive through audiobook production and marketing. Learn more at proaudiovoices.com. Again, thanks for being with us, and please join us next week.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.